Welcome to Mogobe Nuggets of Wisdom podcast. My name is Mompoloki Lerumo Mogobe. Our objective is to enthuse, inspire, energize, and empower entrepreneurs and entrepreneurs of all stripes here in BW and beyond. We do so by inviting these entrepreneurs and entrepreneurs into our makeshift studio. Sometimes we call them to the restaurant, sometimes we go to our studio, and we ask them to share their experiential knowledge, their experiences and their expertise. And we ask them as many questions as we can, aimed at empowering you also as a viewer. Hello dear viewer, dear listener, my name is Mompoloki Lerumo Mogobe. Welcome to yet another exciting episode of Mogobe Nuggets of Wisdom podcast. As always, we bring exciting and life-changing information, and we do that by bringing exciting guests. And this exciting guest for today is an actor, a well-known actor in Botswana and in South Africa, but I'll let him introduce himself. I only call him Maxwell. Come on, Maxwell.
Nice to meet you, Mr.
Welcome to
Holt.
the studio.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Just let's get the ball rolling by you giving a detailed introduction about yourself and what you do.
As you've said, my name is Maxwell Dichi. I'm an actor, producer, and I'm actually also a qualified multimedia designer. So I've been doing multimedia design for some time, but now really focusing on creating content in terms of video.
Okay. Tell them about your acting at Mvango, where your most recent acting engagement.
So as I'm mostly known currently, especially in South Africa, I play a character called Seretse, who is Botswana-born lawyer. And I've been doing that for the past 2 years. And I would say I'm the first Motswana to jump on the show and actually speak our local language. So my character speaks Star, just to have that authenticity, Botswana. And the character has done so well. It's gotten quite good recognition. My story has been one of the most talked about on Mogobe, and it's been quite a journey.
Okay. Apart from acting, what else do you do?
I also create my own content. I've got a TV show which I'll be doing on BTV, a late night show which will be filming for BTV. I actually started off as a multimedia designer, which is more on the post-production side after filming, visual effects. That's what I do. So I'm a little bit of a geek, which people don't actually know about. Before that, I was lecturing at Limpopo University for about 8 years. Having been with them for about 5 years now.
Okay.
Yeah.
This is great stuff. We're going to talk about the benefits of video marketing. What is your definition of video marketing? What is that?
Yes. So where I actually want to start at a point where we started, if you look at social media and emailing and all this transforming information, it all started off with just text. Email was just text, social media was just text, and then it graduated to images. People were now more interested in seeing pictures on social media. That's why platforms like Instagram are succeeding, and now people rush more to videos before they can read anything. So video marketing is basically the strategy of using videos, to get through messages, to sell products across platforms, and to market businesses, business to business, business to company.
Well, the first thing that we aim for is to really grow the revenue, isn't it?
Yeah.
So that is the main reason we get into. Tell us how you go about growing revenue using video marketing.
Yeah. So as I've said, most businesses are about selling products. You're a business where there's always something you are selling. And it has been proven with other researchers that companies which use videos to sell their products or do demonstrations have almost tripled their revenues compared to companies which only focus on maybe person-to-person interaction, or text, or sending text. So with videos, a lot of companies have tripled their revenues. It could be through making commercials, TV ads. It could be through product placement on TV shows, on series, or on a blog like this one.
Okay. Yes, I mean, you mentioned a blog like this one. How would you position a blog like this one such that it positions itself for that purpose of growing revenue?
Yeah. So a lot of the times, I was actually just watching one documentary on Netflix, and what the guy was saying was that if a product is free, it means that you are the product. So the way TV business works in terms of viewers, the viewers are the product. The viewers are the ones we are selling their attention to business people. So the focus is a lot more on growing the viewership, the numbers. The more numbers you have, the more value you have. So with a platform like this, it would be how much viewers do we have that we can sell back to as a commercial space to businesses to say, look, if we put let's say your soft drink on the table, this is how many people you're going to see. And if, let's say, 10 people will see this soft drink, you're looking at least 5 of them being your customers. So that's how we sell it. We sell it sort of in reverse mode. You sell the numbers, and the numbers are the ones which are valued to the client.
All right. I think before we go deep, I want to ask you about your acting, because that's how most people know you.
Yes.
So if we can just digress and tell me how you transitioned from being at Lincoln Queen to being on the big screen in South Africa.
So I'm going to start with quitting my job, because after I quit my job, there's a point where you feel you sort of do a talent search, a self-talent search, and see what is it that I can do. But a lot of it was about, I really wanted to put myself out there, and I also felt, look, maybe I'm aging. Whatever I want to do, I want to do it now. And it got me in a good space where anything I want to do, I just go for it. If today I want to start playing football, I can do it. What's stopping me? So it was a lot about, I've always had my love for acting. In Botswana, when I was growing up, there wasn't a lot of opportunities for acting. I've never even heard of an audition. This was even before BTV. When BTV came on board, I used to watch these kids who were doing the kids programs. I was like, why is it that how do I become a presenter, on Mantraning?
Yes.
There wasn't many dramas, but it was a lot of how do I become, go into commercials? And I didn't know, there wasn't even anything called an audition. Because I grew up in Ramoswa.
Yes.
So Ramoswa, the closest thing to performance is a school drama, Then when I went to college, I did a bit of modeling. I did some modeling. That's when I got to learn about auditions, profiling yourself, working on your image, working on your voice. I did a bit of modeling. I came back to Botswana to work. When I came back home, still there wasn't any opportunities for acting. And a lot of it, people wanted free service. And a lot of it wasn't paying well. You'd be on a billboard and get paid 600 pula.
Which is ridiculous.
Yeah, which is, it's more like now I'm just looking for fame. It's fame without fortune. So then, I put it off. And then, like I said, after I quit my job, that was
Limco.
At Limco Queen, There was an audition for production. Word of Mouth is the one producing Mobango, and other soap is Uzalo. And I was like, no, let me go stop by. You know, it was like a couple of my friends were there. More than 2,000 people were there.
You competed with 2,000 other aspiring actors?
Yes. You know, and they called me and said, no, we like you come and do a screen test. So a screen test is more like, how do you look on the screen? You know, we went to Joburg, we did that. And 2 days later, started shooting.
Well, I'm curious what you did yourself to set yourself apart from the competition.
To be honest, with auditions, I would say it's tricky. It's tricky in the sense that you never know what they're looking for. And you can't always, you can say, you know, I nailed the audition, but sometimes in my experience, as soon as you walk through the door, the casting directors already know if you have a guy or you're not the guy before you even audition.
Yes.
You know, so, and mind you, there was a lot of other good actors there.
Yes.
You know, those, but even the person who was co-auditioning with me was great. So I can't really say this is what I did to set myself apart, because I've done so many auditions.
Did you not spend a lot of time on the character to come across and to internalize that character?
I did prepare for the audition, like everybody else.
Okay.
But once you get the role, then yes, you prepare. You know, I play a lawyer. I read law books. You know, I study lawyers. You are a lawyer.
Yes.
You know, I study the way you talk, your posture. You know, I study all of that. So that once
I didn't know that I'm being studied.
yes. So that once I'm there, it's believable. People can say, okay, this guy is a lawyer. You know. So once you have the role, yes, you can study it. But one of the reasons why a lot of people aren't into acting is the amount of rejections you get from auditions, because you can never know what they're looking for.
And how do you deal with that rejection? You made it part of your quest to get the position.
I would say, I believe rejections are part of the course, they're part of life. You know, whatever you do, as a business person, you do a lot of pitches. You can't always expect everything to be yes. It's like, it's what I tell people, obstacles are part of life. Yeah, you can't expect a perfect life where every time you're going to get a yes.
Okay.
And with auditions, you need to understand that it doesn't always mean you didn't do something right. Sometimes you're just not the guy they're looking for. Yeah.
Here's something interesting. We're now going back to video production. The influence buying decisions. A whopping 90% of customers say that product video helps them make buying decisions.
Yes.
Let's deal with that. You know, in other words, selling something through a product video. Why does video account for 90%?
I believe is the interactivity side of it. If you look at what's happening now during the course of COVID, everything is video based, everything is online. People do online pitches, people do online meetings. If switching on Skype didn't mean anything, then a phone call would be enough. You understand? So having a video is like having a salesman at your doorstep. It's like almost talking to a salesperson, having your questions answered, being shown the product, getting a demonstration. This is how the product works. You know, so it goes a lot deeper than, you know, me getting a document and having to read through what this product does. It's like getting a manual for a table. I have to figure out how to set this table, you know, assemble it. I have to figure that out. But if a full demonstration is there, you're already halfway through the pitch.
I understand. So in terms of what you're practically doing for maybe the viewer, a potential client, how do you help there? Do you help generate those videos, or how do your company work?
Yeah, so my company, I run a company called Dichi Media. We produce content. We mainly drive traffic to websites. So it's a digital marketing company. So we create content that can drive businesses to companies. And most of the time, we use video. We use videos for social media because you need to understand it's about getting people's attention. Once you have people's attention, what do you do with it? And with the time where there's a lot of things people see, it's easy for people to just skip through, some of the things you're trying to put out. And it has been proven that people spend most of the time in your website or in your ad or in your content when there's video. Yeah.
Okay. Now let's talk about giving people what they want. People prefer video content over emails, newsletters,
Yes.
and all the. Now, how do you identify what a person wants and then put it on video?
Let me throw it back to you, Mr. Mogobe. If you get 2 messages right now on your WhatsApp, one is just a text and one says video, which one are you most likely to open first? Or which one are you eager to open?
Yeah, well, I'll take a look at the video
You'll
quickly.
take a look, exactly.
If it's long, I'll go to the WhatsApp.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But you'll still come back saying, you know what, I might need some time later when I'm home to finish watching this video. You see what I mean? So it has been proven again that, look, with videos, going back to emails, people are more likely to see the email through video. And as per that article, CEOs share videos weekly with their employees, with their partners in business. They work through video most of the time.
Okay. So I want to also bring it to your company to understand maybe even from examples in the past, what you've done for other companies using video. Can you illustrate with examples?
Yeah. So let me I'm going to start on the actor side. I've done a couple of commercials. I don't know if we are allowed to mention brands on this show, but
I think you can mention if it's not controversial.
I've been on an ad for Orange. I'm currently on a TV commercial for ABSA, playing one of our forefathers who contributed cows to build the University of Botswana.
Yes.
I'm proud of being part of that story, and that's on the acting side. My company, Dichi Media, we started off doing websites. We started off when a lot of people weren't doing websites at the time, and we were doing websites. I've done websites for a lot of companies, SADC, NGO. I've done websites for some Kalahari Safari companies up in Maung. We are also doing, one of the ones which I'm encouraging is doing websites for what we call celebrities, iconic people. A website for Mr. Mogobe, a personal websites. I really vouch for that because I'm more into personal branding as well. I've sponsored a website for one of the singers, Mposibina. I've done that for them, and I also do websites for NGOs as well. Sometimes we just do it for free as donation. Later on, we realized that people, after our clients do websites, they don't market the websites. That's usually the downfall. They don't tell people I have a website. They don't drive traffic to the website. So you find that somebody has a website, but they don't know what difference it's making to their company. They're not using it to the max. They're not referring it to their clients. So then
how do you then drive traffic to the website?
So that breeds the digital marketing side of the business, where we come and say, look, Mr. Mogobe, you need to drive traffic to this website. We need to make people know that this website exists. And now we create videos that are linked to those websites. We take a video such as this one that we're doing, link it back to Mr. Mogobe's website. or Mogobe and NUGGET's website. So we use the video to create traffic back to the website. Once they get to the website, we know that the content is good enough to keep them there. Yeah, so with that, I would say the videos I've done are linked back to the websites that we created for the company, as well as our own productions, the Maxwell Dichi show, which we are currently working on. We just recently submitted other content to local platforms, UPIC, Now TV, which we are hoping to get a response on, hopefully next year.
Yeah, what are these things? Backlink or HubSpot? Because you mentioned them in the context of increasing the optimization of causing the video to rank higher. So how do you do the optimization side?
Yeah, so as I've said, video is about getting people's attention. It's about getting people's attention, but when you talk about search, you're talking about search engines. You're talking about Google, you're talking about Yahoo. A lot of the times when somebody searches for something, whether it's a recipe or it's, I don't know, some doctor's advice, the things that will appear on the top will be videos. And they will most likely go to the video than go to reading. So it's very important that your written content goes hand in hand with your video, because people will go to your video, and once they get to the video, what you were talking about, the backlink, is that they will now look for articles.
What is this backlink?
Backlink, these are the links that you'll mostly find on the video. So for example, you go to a website, you go to a video, you see a product, let's say it's a lotion, you see a commercial, and commercial is something that's there to entice you, but it's not fully informative. After you are enticed, you want to read more onto it. You want to read what are the side effects of these products, what has been used. If I'm vegetarian, is this a vegetarian product? Now you click on the link, which is fully detailed written information. That is the backlink, taking you back to the information of the actual product.
This is the same with HubSpot?
HubSpot, yeah, I would say so.
Okay. So and is it your company's job to link this together?
My company's job is to create traffic. Is to create traffic. So whether we do it through a campaign, or we do it through a video, we do it through an image, we could do it through creating a competition. Yeah. For example, we say, look.
Because in America they say the average internet user spends 88% more time on a website that contains video than anything else.
Yes.
Yeah. Sorry, I interrupted you, but I want you to link this.
Yes. And like I say, I'm going to keep saying attention. Understand that in this time, there's a lot of platforms, there's a lot of websites, video is everywhere. It's on TV, it's on smartphones, it's literally everywhere. Now, what you need to find first is seeking attention. It's almost like if you walk into a library and everybody is reading a different book. You can't start reading a story to them if you don't have the attention. So you have to say, listen guys, please stop what you're doing. I have something seriously interesting, more important than everything else that you're watching. And then you get the attention. Next question is, once you have the attention, what do you do with it?
Okay. Now, and in Botswana, I'm not sure, apparently you can actually increase traffic in America. I'm not sure whether in Botswana we've had specific instances where you can increase web traffic. Because I hear that you can have an increase of up to 41% according to research.
Yes.
So I want you to give a Botswana example or a Southern African example of this happening.
I'm going to say yes, you can always increase traffic. It's a question of the how. And one of the reasons, I believe the reason why we're having this talk is to also make people realize the potential of what video can do. Companies, right now there's a lot of, there's a wave of content creation in Botswana. But what I have seen is just a matter of we are creating content, but are we monetizing from it? Are we
marketing it?
are we marketing it? Yes, I'll take basic things, music videos. There's a lot of music videos happening. You wouldn't see product placement in a music video in Botswana. You ask yourself why. But companies still want to put up billboards, But if you get one of the lead musicians on Botswana to just, sip your drink at the beginning of a video, and you're looking at a video that has 250,000 viewers, 250,000 people have seen your product, whether it's new or old. You see, so you take that music video, you sponsor the musician, you sponsor the video, you pay for that cost, you build better quality on the video while your product is getting enough viewership. One of the top websites that I viewed in Botswana is the news. I would say the tabloids in Botswana are the ones which are getting the most viewership. Michi, The Voice, they get the most viewership. The Voice is the lead on Facebook. I don't know if you knew that. The Facebook page is one of the most viewed. You understand? And I remember a couple of years ago, these are some of the people I talked to say, look, what can we do with this traffic? Michi, I know that one of the guys doing great. If you go to their website, you'll always find adverts. You will find Google ads, you'll find that these ad placements for other companies, and they're monetizing from that. Every time you click on their website, they're monetizing. You understand? So all of these, but they're also monetizing because their content is great. You see, so you build on
great content.
Great content. You need great content because, like I say, you're going to get people's attention. After you have the attention, are you going to use that time wisely? Yeah, because as a business person, if I pitch something to you, first and foremost, I need to get your attention.
Firstly, yeah.
First, I need to before you can even look at my product. So once you have that attention, and once I've shown you that product, you need to be like, okay, this guy deserves my attention. And yet I can come back and view his website. I can come back and see the next product that he wants to show me. So you also need that repetition,
Now, this is a bit of a technical part. Idea of getting more backlinks. You embed your video into a page or post.
Yeah.
Entirely, that triples your average viewership or whatever. But how do you embed a video?
A link.
How do you go about doing that?
If you look at, because I'm also versed in advertising.
Yeah.
If you look at what companies do, like you look at, let's say you look at Apple. Apple will sell an iPhone, and while they're selling an iPhone, they're also selling you the MacBook, which is the laptop. Apple has the right to say, look, this is an ad, show you an ad for iPhone, and at the end, give you a link to earphones which go with the iPhone.
Yeah.
Exactly. So they know they're selling you this, and after the phone, they're selling you the earphones. So you are being shown a series of products in one video. That is the cycle of it. Yes.
Okay. Now, bump up conversions. What's conversion? Converting from what to what? From viewership to sales?
From viewership to sales.
Yeah. How do you increase those conversions?
As I've said at the beginning, you've got a couple of viewers. Let's say you've got 10,000 viewers. It goes back to analytics. It goes to analytics where at the end of a campaign or your video campaign, you need to sit down with your client and say, look, this is how many people seen your ad, and you and the client need to have a sort of a relation to say, since we put out this video, this is, let's say, since we put out this video of these many phones, this is how many phones we've sold. Because that's what helps them do another campaign with you. That's what helps them realize the impact of that campaign they've done. So that is the conversion to say this many. Obviously, not all viewers are going to buy the product, but you need to be able to be at a standpoint and say, okay, these viewers, this is how many people we got to buy the product. This is how many people we got to talk about the product and resell it. This is how many people reshared this information. And this is how it expanded, this is how it spread. And this is how many people walked to the store and said, we saw this phone through that commercial we saw.
Wow.
Yeah.
And are you able to track all that?
You are able to track that.
If somebody comes to your company?
Yes,
okay.
We are able to do that. Those are our analytics reports that we do.
Well, all this is useless without it reaching to the key people, the decision makers.
Yes.
The CEOs and the MDs and so on. How do you get to the decision makers?
Yeah. It has to be interesting to them, first of all. It has to be interesting to them. Let me say, first and foremost, before you make a video, whatever you're making, you need to know who you're targeting. If at all you are targeting business people, CEOs, if I'm selling a product, let's say local Mopani, I'm selling it to client, but I might also be selling it to investors, to say, this is how many Mopani trees we have, that will depend on the approach. But as I've said at the beginning, it has been proven also that CEOs are also people who interact with videos, and they share videos with their business partners, with their employees. CEOs share motivational videos with their employees. They share training videos with their employees. So it trickles down. And if your boss says, I want everybody to reflect on these videos, it's happening.
Yeah, yeah, because it's relevant to your job.
It's relevant to your job. Yeah.
Okay. Crush email sends. What's that? What are crush email sends?
Crush email sends goes back to what I was asking you. If you open an email and it says, see this video, that's me crushing. I'm diverting you for all the other emails that you are watching to this particular one. So that's me crushing your inbox.
You're really forcing your attention.
I'm forcing my attention.
My day.
Exactly, into your emails. And I'm saying, take your time, watch this video. And that will also depend on my approach. I can send an email and say, this video will change your life instantly. Already you are on it.
Because everybody wants to change their life.
Everybody wants an impact in their lives. And that's marketing lingo, but mind you, it has video in it. And you go to the video, you imagine people can use their last data on the phone to watch a video. That should tell you something.
Okay. Rack up shares.
Yeah.
Social video generates 1,200% more shares than text and images combined.
Yes.
According to some research.
Yeah.
How can you prove all that?
Unfortunately, those are not market shares. They are sharing in terms of sharing content, whether it's from social media. But if you've seen, especially with the advent of WhatsApp, people share videos all the time.
Okay.
People share videos. It's towards Christmas. You're going to be getting a lot of wish cards, Happy Christmas. I know you don't share those cards.
Okay, as we come to the end of our conversation, I want you to go back to acting again and tell the viewer what your next conquest is in terms of acting. How long are you going to be with Muvango?
Yes.
I have to say this name.
Mobango.
Muvango.
It's Chivenda.
Yeah. I Muvango or
Yeah.
Muhango.
Yeah.
How long are you going to be with that show?
Yeah.
And what is the plan going from there?
Yeah. Hello, my viewers, my friends, my supporters. First of all, I love you guys. Talking about Mobango, I can't say much because you know how the tabloids works. But at the moment, Seretse, your character, is still on the show, and hopefully you'll be seeing him again soon. But I want to divert your attention to other projects which I am doing. Brace yourself for the Maxwell Dichi show, which will be coming soon on local Botswana platforms. Brace yourself for other content which we'll be producing. Right now, I am more focused on making my country, Botswana, a content hub, a very production content hub, which we can take also to the outside market, which has more viewers. So I will be doing a lot of local productions for Botswana. I will be doing other features in South Africa right after we are done with this COVID thing. The borders are open, so obviously that makes
there on the first. Yeah.
Exactly. So you know that makes us people who live in two countries. It takes us back to working more and more magic coming. And the beauty of acting is that you are never too old for acting. So I'll be doing this hopefully until I rest.
All right, here's your chance to hit me with one question.
Yes.
Any question you want to ask me?
My question to you is, because I'm a content person, what inspired you to do this show?
Well, it goes back a long way because first we started Meet the Overcomers, which is still running on Duma FM.
Yes.
So the whole idea was to find difference makers, people like you, people who are accomplished, people who face the same difficulties that everyone else faced, and they share their stories, their experiential knowledge as to how they overcame that.
Yes.
And I felt that there was a need for us to create a product which is local, which talks to entrepreneurs,
Yes.
which talks about overcoming and succeeding. And for the reasons you've explained about video being better than audio,
Yes.
I took it a step further and set up this Mogobe Nuggets of Wisdom.
Yeah.
But the thing that really triggered it was when every time I give a speech, because I happen to be a speaker.
Yes, yes.
Some call me a motivational speaker, but I
Yes.
prefer to call myself
A
a speaker
speaker,
because I
yes.
talk on many subjects,
Yes.
some of them not so motivational. But as a speaker, after I finish my talks, most of the audience members say, where can we interact with you more?
Yes.
When can we learn more from you? The people that you deal with in the market and so on and so forth.
Yes.
There was a hunger to participate in that bigger conversations beyond just having a one-off.
Yeah.
So it's a way of giving back and sharing, because sometimes I present videos on my own.
Yes.
I share my own experiences.
Yeah.
Sometimes I call, most of the time this year I've been calling guests such as
Yes.
yourself to share.
Yeah.
So that was the motivation, to really give back to others and to share and to promote the culture of entrepreneurship.
Yeah. And I must say, I have learned a lot from each and every video which I've seen on Nuggets. I think it's a great platform,
Okay,
honestly.
you've watched quite a number of them.
I've watched a number of them.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Can you share with the viewer how they can keep in touch with you? How can, first before you tell them your contacts, just one giveaway message, one motivational message that is they can take away from our conversation today.
Yes. You know, my message is usually simple in a form of, if you want something right now that you feel you need to do in your life, stop doubting yourself, go out and get it. Whatever you want to do, don't let anybody get in your way. If you want to take a chance, you know, whether it's talent-wise, it's school-wise, you want to get that new degree, you have the potential, go out, stop contemplating and just go for it. And if you would like to talk more with me, I'm very accessible and responsive on social media platforms, Facebook, Maxwell Dichi across all platforms, and we can always have a chat. This was lovely.
Okay. You don't have a contact number or anything like
Or
that?
contact number?
Yeah,
No.
business contact number.
No.
Yeah, even an email address.
My email address, you can always contact me on info@maxwelldichi.com. You can always also get more details on my website, maxwelldichi.com.
All right.
Great.
It remains for me to thank you, Mr. Dichi,
I appreciate
taking
it.
your time all the way from
Yeah.
Sanzi,
Yeah.
or out of your busy schedule.
No
We've learned
problem.
what you do. Thank you for so much for sharing with us.
I appreciate
Yeah,
it.
thank you very much.
Thank you.
All right.